Hello there, amazing people, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Weena. For those of you that are new on here, do not forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, all those wonderful things we do on here. Don't forget to do that, okay? All right. So it's true that I've been away for a while. Life has been happening, a lot of things have been happening, but we're not going to do that in today's video. Today's video is specifically to tell us about the process involved in getting the spousal visa for UK, the UK spousal visa. That's a settlement route. So recently I just got my visa, my spousal visa. So if you don't know, I'm married to a Nigerian, but he is a British citizen, lives in the UK, works there and all those good stuff. We've been married since the year 2020. I got married in December 2020. And to be fair, since then I've been trying to get the documents I need to put in this visa and so many things. I came across so many hurdles. It's 2022, so you can imagine what I'm talking about, what I kind of went through. So I finally got my spousal visa in April. In May, I went to the UK to get my BRP card, and then I came back to Nigeria. I still have a lot of things I'm doing on here, but by the grace of God, very soon I would go back to the UK to fully settle. So in this video, I just want to tell us all the process that was involved, and maybe in another video I'll discuss some of the hurdles I came across. Like, for example, after the entire process, I was issued an expired visa. What did I do after that? I'm going to do that in a separate video. So if you know that you want to go through this spousal visa route, the settlement route in the UK, this video will be very helpful for you. Or if you know of someone else who wants to go through this process, you can share this video with them. It will be of help to them, okay? So first off, you want to go to the UK government website to know what your situation is, to know what your case is. So a quick disclaimer is that maybe as at this time of you watching this video, some of the information might be obsolete, some might still be in place, so you have to actually do your research. So I'm going to divide this discussion into two segments, and the first segment will be the information you need to provide, and the second segment will be how to apply. Okay, information you must provide. So the first thing you must do, like I said, you have to go on the UK government website and get your application form. Okay, and you have to go through the things that you need. So these are the things that you need that will also help you with filling up your form and submitting your application. So the first thing, obviously, your name, your date of birth. You need a valid international passport. If you have a biometric resident permit, you also have to present that. You have to provide evidence of previous immigration application. Like for me, I've only been to two countries, which is Ghana and Philippines, where I schooled. So I had all the information. You have to present information regarding that, your visas, the stamps, house had addresses in those countries, what you were there for. Like in Ghana, I was there to school. In Philippines, I was there to school. So you have to provide this information. Next is details of any criminal convictions. Have you been convicted of any crime in the past? Trust me, you have to put it. Don't think that you're doing yourself any good by removing it out of your application, because trust me, they will catch up with you. Even the criminal conviction doesn't even have to be a big thing. Things as simple as a parking ticket, you have to write that in your application or provide that in your application. So next is your national insurance number, if you have that, depending on the country you're coming from. I didn't provide that. You also have to provide your parents' date of birth. Ask them their correct date of birth, although they will not ask you They didn't ask me to bring, like, for example, the passports of my parents. They didn't ask that. I only filled the details of their birth on my application letter. So next is a TB test result. So depending on the country you're coming from, you'll have to prove that you don't have tuberculosis, and unfortunately Nigeria is one of those countries where you have to prove that you don't have that. You know, with this test, with this TB test result, you don't just walk into any hospital and do it. You don't even go to a Nigerian government hospital to do it. There's a body that has been assigned to do this TB test, and it's called the IOM. With regards to this, you will have to, you know, book an appointment with them. Just search on Google IOM Nigeria. They have a branch in Lagos and they have a branch in Abuja. I use that, you know, of Abuja. So you have to send them an email. There's even a they have a link where you actually register. You know, I will try and look for it and put it right down here in the video so that you can always search if you want to book an appointment with them. You know, it's part of your application. But one advice I want to give with this TB test is that you want to make sure that it's not like it's almost one of the last things you do, but yeah, make it like almost one of the last things you do before you finally put in your application. Why? Because this TB test is only valid for 6 months, after which it's expired. So like with my application, I actually did up to 3 TB tests. So this is what it looks like. It's like a yellow sheet of paper with a vignette in it and the signature. So they don't only do this TB test for those traveling to the UK. You will see people going to Canada, the US over there. Okay, so is it that you go to their website to register, but most times when you go there, you'll be seeing a date that is like 1 month ahead or 2 months ahead. So sometimes you can email them, call them, tell them that you want an earlier date. If it is available, they will provide it to you. Okay, and there's sometimes that when you want to register, you meet a hurdle or so. Like the last time and the last TB test I did, I was finding it difficult. So I tried all in all. It was telling me that I already have an appointment, but it wasn't giving me a date. So I had to go to their office, you know. Then I took a visitor's tag, go in, and they manually booked it for me right there in the office. But if you go there to the office without a problem, they will not attend to you. So make sure you email them, you call them, you try to book online, and you only go there if you meet any problem or any issue. Okay, all right, this is going to be a long video, by the way, but I want it to be as detailed as possible so that you will get every information that will be helpful to you in case you meet such, you know, hurdles. So as at the last TB test I did, which was in March 2022, it cost 57,800 naira. So that is one expense you should keep for the books. Okay, so when you have an appointment with the TB people, you have to go there in the morning. The earlier you go, the better for you, because they give priority numbers. So the last time I went there around 7 a.m, but I was like number 60 something, so you can imagine. So basically the doctor will just ask you a few questions, carry out physical exam on you, take a history, then clear you, then you do a chest x-ray as an adult. Then later this yellow thing, it will be given to you at the end of the day. So just take it that when you're going for this TB test, you're spending the entire day there. Okay, if you go as early as 7, 8 and they let you in and you finish all your process on time, they start giving the results as of about 1, 2, around 1 p.m, 2 p.m. So even if you finish your x-ray, say you're number 1 on the queue, and you finish all your stuff by 8, 9, they will normally tell you to go home or go to the market if you have anything to do, and come back around 1, 2. So around 2-ish, they start issuing the certificate to you. And like I said earlier, the certificate only lasts 6 months. Okay, so it's a requirement for those going from Nigeria. Let me just put it out there, this was my experience. So this last TB test I did, which was around April, I said, right? April, was done after I actually got my visa. It was done after I actually got my visa. This was because I read a clause on the TB test that says you must carry this certificate with you in your hand luggage when you travel to the UK and present it to the immigration officer on arrival. Failure to do so will result in a delay in your journey, as you may be required to undergo the test again. So when I got my visa, my previous one was expired, so I did this one as a backup just because I read this clause. But when I got to the UK, no immigration officer asked me for this certificate. They did not ask me. And also, when I was in the UK, when I tried registering with the GP, my husband was helping me call the GP that, oh, I just came back from Nigeria, I was told to give this certificate to my GP. They didn't even know what it was. Like, it was not recognized. So I'm like, I think, don't quote me, but I just told you my experience. This is only valid for application of the visa. But when you travel to the UK, I don't think it's as valid or necessary. I think it's only necessary for, application. So I'm saying this, just for the cause of, if maybe at the time you want to travel and you're done with your application and you have your visa, your IOM certificate is already expired, I don't think that you'll be fined for it or you'll be queried for it, because nobody asked me. Okay, so quote my experience, don't quote my words. I'm just telling you. Okay, next is you have to provide a certified translation of your document. So if, for example, all your documents are English, or maybe you're now schooled in a nation where things are not in English, please provide those documents in English and make sure that they are certified. Okay, don't bring any document or certificate that is not in English. Depending on what you did that was not in English, please make sure that it's certified and it's in English. Okay, so next is make sure that you have a valid passport, and make sure that that valid passport has a blank space that your visa will be stamped on. Maybe you're a traveler, you travel a lot, so just make sure that there's a space whereby your visa will be stamped. Okay, so one of the next big information you have to provide is proof of finance. This could be both your finance and that of your husband. I think it's easier, like, say for example you are self-employed or you own a business. I think you can put that in your application, but most times the proof of finance has to come from someone earning in the UK. Okay, for my case, the proof of finance was that of my husband. He works in the UK, I'm not currently working, so we use this proof of finance. Okay, so what are the things you consider with this proof of finance? What are the criteria? You and your partner must have a combined salary of about £18,600. So that's the average, or that's the least you must have. £18,600 per annum for you and your spouse. Okay, so in my case, it was my husband's. My husband earns more than £18,600 a year, so we provided the details for that. So if it's the case you guys already have children, you have to provide extra money for the kids as well. Okay, so the things that count as income that you have to prove for your finance are income from your employment before tax. Okay, that counts as an income. Number 2, income from self-employment counts as income. Number 3, if you have any cash savings that is above £16,000, that counts as income as well. Money from pension, that counts as income as well. And number 5 is non-working incomes, like for example if you gain dividends from maybe your investments and all those things, that counts as income as well. So you cannot just fill in, oh, this is my salary, this is what I earn and all that. No, you have to prove it with, number 1, bank statements. You have to go to your bank, get a bank statement and make sure that it is signed and certified. Number 2, you have to get a pay slip from your employer. So this pay slip should be signed by your employer, and the letter that comes with this pay slip should also state if you're a permanent worker or contract worker, how much you earn, how long you've been working with the company, how long you have been paid, and that the pay slip is genuine. So the unique case that happened here for I and my husband is that we provided all these things, we provided the letters and all that. So as at the time I was putting in my application, he left his previous job. Okay, so he was just roughly 1 month in his new job. So you know that the clause there that it must be at least a 6 months pay slip. So what we did was that he gave about 6 months back from his previous job. You know, he got the pay slip, had it signed by his employer, his employer writing the note that he worked here for so years. The pay slips are genuine, and we also did that for his new company. So you know, stating that he works here. He even put his employment, his contract, his acceptance letter. We put all those things. So the beauty about UK application is that nothing is too much. Just give as much information as possible that they can understand where you're coming from. Okay, so in his new employment, you know, I think he received just one salary, so the pay slip of that one saying that it is genuine, the new contract of that place signed by his employer. Okay, so it was not a case whereby we just put his recent company. So because of the time frame, he was about 1 month in this new one and he spent 5 months in the previous one, so there were 2 companies, you know, there, and we just applied. So you will see all these things when you start filling in your application form. There will be places to put this, okay, how long you've worked there and all those things. So that was the unique thing, or the hurdle we had to cross in terms of finance. So all the financial proof was basically done by my husband. So my husband's detail was that he was going to sponsor me and all those good things. Okay, so the next information you have to provide is knowledge of English. Okay, if you did a master's in the UK, you really don't need to do IELTS. So for proof of English, there are 2 parts to it. So it's either you go through the NARIC route, or you write the IELTS UK VI, which is IELTS for UK visa and immigration. You can either do that, or there are other options I found on the website, which include Pearson's, language certificate, Trinity College London. So I think those are English-based firms that you can also get your English from. But if you're someone like me that, you know, even though you come from Nigeria, let me tell you, even though Nigeria is an English-speaking country, it's not considered as, you know, knowing English. So you still have to go ahead with your proof of English. So for me, my case is unique because I didn't school in the UK and I did not school in Nigeria. I schooled in the Philippines, and although I was taught in English in the Philippines, it is still not considered English, you know, because you can actually use your certificate of graduation to prove that you know English if it is taught in English. So you'll have to go and do that research for yourself if the school you graduated from is considered as English speaking, or if it falls into that category. But my school didn't fall into that category, so I had to go through NARIC. So NARIC is a body that helps analyze your degree certificate and gives you the approximate value as it will be seen in quotes in a UK bachelor's degree. Okay, so initially when I tried applying for mine with my first degree, which is a BS Biological Sciences, it wasn't that good. I had to use my diploma, which is a Doctor of Medicine, to apply, and yeah, I was given a certificate. So when I was applying for NARIC, I made a very big mistake. So there are 2 parts to the NARIC. So when you're applying for the NARIC, it's either you're doing statement of comparability or visa and nationality statement. So initially I went to do statement of comparability, and that was not what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to do a visa and nationality statement. So statement of comparability is only valid for some certain countries, of which Nigeria was not part of it. Neither was Philippines, where I graduated from. Neither was it part of it. So statement of comparability are for countries like Ireland, New Zealand, Australia, Bahamas, Jamaica, and some other countries like that. You have to check if your country fits into that category. But Nigeria was not part of that country. So then I proceeded to now book for the visa and nationality part of it, which I was supposed to do. Okay, and this will cost you money. Yes, I paid a sum of £171 to get this certification done. So that's another money check. Dum. So the documents you need to apply for the NARIC are a scan of your final certificate, a scan of your transcript of record, and a scan of your medium of instruction. So this is a letter written by your school stating that your degree was solely taught in English. Okay, so those were the 3 documents I submitted to NARIC to get my NARIC certification. So this is what the NARIC certificate looks like. So I had this, which stated my NARIC unique number. The next thing you need to provide is data of your spouse. In this case, that's my husband. So you have to provide his name, his date of birth, his nationality, obviously British citizen, or he has an indefinite leave to remain certificate, his passport, and his British citizenship certificate. That's also needed. If your husband was married before or was in a previous relationship and that has been annulled, you have to provide details about that as well, but that was not my case. So next is you have to give information about proof of relationship. You're going to give details about how you met. You're going to give details about how often you see each other. So like for I and my husband, we met online, we put it there like that. How often we see each other. So I and my husband dated for 5 years. We only see each other once a year. We put it there. There's no big deal. One thing about the UK application, don't lie, don't go and lie. Say it as it is, okay? We see once a year. Then I was in Philippines, I was in med school, so we only saw during Christmas or New Year periods. Put it there. Next is how long you've lived together. I and my husband, we never lived together till we got married, and since I put in my application after we got married, I put it there. Okay, and then your partner has to state if he is your carer, your primary carer, or your sponsor. If ever you had life outside the UK, you have to mention the countries you lived in or the countries you visited. So here are a list of things that I've asked people and people have provided for their application, and I'm also going to tell you the things that I and my husband we provided to prove our relationship. So some people say they provide a cover letter but for themselves and their spouse, talking about their relationship, how they met, how things were, why they love their spouse, why they want to stay with their spouse, and all those sweet stuff. Well, I and my husband, when we were applying, we didn't write any cover letter, but you can do that. It's better you do more than do less. Okay, so next thing people provide, for example, is like chats on Facebook or on Telegram or email and all those things. I and my husband, we didn't provide any of our chatty chats. We didn't provide any of that, but it's a good thing. It shows how close you guys are. Obviously, don't go and put all those ones where maybe you people have a bit of quarrel or whatnot. Don't do that. You can put things like, for example, your wedding planning, your travels, or I miss you, all those things, all those lovey-dovey and decision making kind of chats. Okay, don't wash your dirty linen outside. You're trying to make an application, so you want to put your best foot forward. Okay, so also things like transactions, for example, if you send each other money. So like when I was in school, when I was in Philippines, sometimes my husband sends me money, or sometimes I might send him on a few occasions maybe money to get something. So those transactions, try to get receipts for them. Is a good add to your proof of relationship. Another thing you want to do is pictures. You know, pictures are a good way, windows to your soul. So when I initially applied, we did not attach pictures to our application. So all we attached was our wedding certificate. And when we sent forth the application, I think about a month or two later, they sent an email that, oh, we should give more proof or pictures or more proof of our relationship. So all these things I said I did not do, it's not a good thing. Just do it to save you that, you know, stress. I watched a video where a lady said that someone even uploaded their full marriage album and was still denied visa. They don't just want to see random pictures here and there. So the pictures they want to see your growth. So when they emailed us that they wanted more information, I and my husband, we sent information like, okay, like his first trip to the Philippines, you know, when we met. And what you want to do as well is that you don't want to just send pictures where it's just you and your spouse, okay? You want to send pictures where you are with friends, you are with family, so that they know you have a relationship, okay? Because anybody can Photoshop two people together. Do you understand what I'm saying? I sent pictures of me and him in prominent locations in the Philippines where we had fun. I and him, we went out with my friends in the Philippines. We went to TGIF restaurant. We took pictures there. I added those ones. I added a few of our wedding pictures. I added our engagement when he proposed. I added that picture. I added a picture from, you know, me attending his sister's wedding. All these events, all these prominent events in your life, try to add those pictures. I'll ask you not to go more than 25 pictures. I think 25 pictures is a good place, to start. So you have to date them. Me, I didn't date them physically on the pictures, but when I uploaded them one by one, I make sure that the file had the details, like, oh, 20, okay, for example, oh, 2014, our first meeting in the Philippines, Manila. This is this wedding day, 5th December 2020. If you have a receipt of your engagement ring, you can attach that. Also, we attached plane tickets, all the tickets he used to come and visit me in the Philippines and back to UK and vice versa, and tickets to Nigeria. We put all those tickets there. You can even put boarding pass. See, this proof of relationship is a point where you have to, it's like, prove yourself. Prove that this relationship exists, because people apply for these things as arranged marriage, and that's not what this route is for, okay? Don't be someone that is full of scam. You know, this is a route whereby, you know, they're allowing you to be with the love of your life. So it's not a thing whereby you want to jackpot and use scamish pathways. That's not good, okay? So just proof. Anything you need, to pictures, emails, chats, receipts, everything, just put it there, okay? So these are all the information you have to provide. Now let's get to the second and most interesting part. How do I apply for this visa? After getting all of this done, how do I apply? So first off, you complete your application form in English, okay? And by the time you're done completing your form, the next thing you have to do is you have to pay. So when completing or filling up your form, please, I want to advise you, don't do it alone. Do not do it alone. Make sure you do it with your spouse by your side. Or if it's a case where you're here in Nigeria, your spouse is in the UK, make sure you do video call and share your screen, okay? Share your screen, because you know you need somebody to cross-check and make sure that everything is accurate, okay? The next thing is that you have to pay your visa fee. So after you pay your visa fee, you have to pay what is called your immigration health surcharge, okay? So these are the two fees you must pay. So I paid, I was charged in dollars. I don't know why. So actually I used, my husband paid, obviously. My husband paid the visa fee and the health surcharge for me. We used his UK bank. We use this UK bank. So sometimes, because the money is big, your payment might fail or can fail. So sometimes you have to tell your spouse to call the bank that they're going to make a big transaction, so that they don't block the transaction. Because when my husband tried paying, our payment failed. His bank emailed him, so he had to call and confirm that yes, he was making such a transaction. Okay, for my visa application, I paid 2,201 USD, and for my immigration health surcharge, I paid $2,705.73. That brings us to a total of $4,906 and some extras. This figure to pounds is 3,809.62 pounds. So you have to know that this settlement route is not for the weak-hearted, because you will pay. Every step is money, money, money. So you have to be ready as well financially. So let's just say roughly £3,900 for both. That's a huge amount of money, you know, minus the NARIC that I paid £171. I paid TB test. I did TB test 3 times. That's it, about 150,000 naira, and other expenses that you don't know about. So next you have to do is that after paying this amount of money, you'll be given a GWF reference number. So please save this number, because that's going to be your application number like almost throughout the process. Okay, so fill up your application, pay these fees. The next thing you have to do is that you have to provide your biometrics, and in Nigeria this is done by TLS contact. Okay, this is done by TLS contact. So when you're done with your application, the UK Gov would send you directly to the TLS contact website. So on there you choose a variety of options. Number one, for the TLS contact, you either have self-upload, which is you upload your documents yourself, or you go over to the TLS contact to take a photograph of yourself and give your thumbprint, or the option of they help you upload your documents. You know, you go with the physical documents that you were given to provide. So when you're done with your application, the website will give you what is called an application checklist. So depending on the documents you have to provide, they will tell you the documents you need to provide. So that checklist is what you will use to upload your document online if you are doing self-upload, or those are the documents you take with you to the TLS contact if you want them to upload it for you. And trust me, it is not free. They uploading it for you is not free. So there are different services the TLS contact offers. You have priority, you have like when they are done, they should deliver your passport to you at home. Obviously all this costs extra money, so you will see all those varieties of options on their website. So do as you please, you know. Even for, you know, priority of your visa coming out quickly, you have to pay for it. I think when I was applying for mine, I saw £900. I was like, £900 for priority. Don't worry, I will wait. I will wait the 12 to 16 weeks, my brother. I will wait. Don't worry. £900 that we used to book flights. But it's up to you. If you have the money, spend it, baby. Spend it, baby. So where was I? Yeah, you provide your biometrics, provide your passport, and that is it. You'll get an email that, oh, you have applied for a visa, this will get to you in 12 to 16 weeks. So yeah, TLS contact, provide all your documents, your TB document, your NARIC, your passports, your educational documents, any document they tell you to bring, you just pack it. Your marriage certificate, you gather it, you gather all your certificates, you go to TLS contact. But I uploaded mine, I didn't pay. So after that, it's left for you to start praying, wait on the Lord. But I would advise you, just chill, just live your life, just be okay, just rest. rest in the Lord. You know, your visa will come if you have done the right thing, if you have submitted the accurate document. So when you get your visa, the visa you have in your passport is for you to travel to the UK. Then you have to go and get your BRP. That's what will make you to be able to go in and out of the country. Okay, so you have to, the address you have put there in the UK, there's a post office that is near the address that you'll be sent to collect your BRP. And that's it. You know, live your life, enjoy with your husband, you know, and in 5 years get your own British citizenship. So if you have any questions, I really hope that this video was, you know, very simplified, straight to the point. You understood what you need to do to get this visa. If you have any question, leave it in the comment section. I will try my best to answer. Know that I am not a travel agent. I am just telling you my experience, and I really hope this video helps. Okay, leave your questions, leave your comments, share to those that need to hear this information. Okay, until my next video.